Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. And I would like to do, Sylvie's behind me. I would like to do my, see if you can see it. What you doing? My weekly wrap up and what I'm currently reading. This is the beginning of October. Okay, so the first thing I read was on my Kindle. Surprise, surprise. And now I can't get it to go to show you guys. Oh, it's going to be a minute. Okay, so I listened to Circe by Madeline Miller. I love this. I don't know any mythology. I didn't know about the Olympians. I've heard of Zeus. I have heard of the Minotaur, but I did not know about the Minotaur. I didn't know anything about Circe. The only time I had heard the name Circe was through Game of Thrones. So, yeah, I thought this was wonderful. And I can't wait to read or listen to. If I can, I might be able to find it on audio. Song of Achilles. She wrote that also. So, yeah, I learned something. And here comes Randall. I learned something and was entertained. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so I also read Bring Up the Bodies by Hilary Mantel. What a title. And then when you find out what they're talking about with Bring Up the Bodies. Sorry, I'm trying to get my Kindle ready so that way I can show you what I read on it. Okay. Yeah, so this is about King Henry VIII. It's really about Thomas Cromwell, who was like his right hand, his man who did everything that the king wanted, pretty much. You want to be married to this person? Okay, I'll try to make it happen. You want this stuff? He just did whatever. And the first book, Wolf Hall, was, I mean, he's one of the main characters, but Wolf Hall told you about his past and everything that was going on, and him getting to get with Anne Boleyn. And this one's mainly about Anne Boleyn is now queen. And, King Henry getting tired of her. One thing I want to say, I found it very interesting how they talked about Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour is one of the queens that I don't know much about. I mean, I know she gave him a son and that she died soon after, and that she was one of the waiting ladies for Anne Boleyn. And her, everybody's family is deep in what's going on. But I've never heard Jane Seymour talk about, I always thought she was pretty young. I didn't know if she was smart or not. Anne Boleyn was always talked about she was very intelligent, quick-witted, sharp. And Catherine of Aragon, she was very strong, independent. And I think Henry, by the time he went through these two women, he realized that he needed somebody who would bow down to him. And I don't think his first two wives would. Anyway, this is about the story. I mean, it's historical fiction. So a lot that goes down, is in history. You can go and look it up. It's history. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this more than Wolf Hall. So, and it looks like it's a little book, but it's like over 400 pages. It's not over. It's $399. No, it's 404. It's funny how books can be deceiving in their looks. What are you doing, Randall? There's a string in this book over here. Okay, so I really enjoyed this. I mean, anything about King Henry VIII, and I'm interested in all his wives. So let me just show it to you before it disappears. The Lost Letter by Mimi Matthews. This was the book for Angie at Literary Labors and Rainey at Rainy Day Reads for their book club. Bitter Single Ladies Read Romance. And I will link it down below. I have Kindle Unlimited right now for free. And so this is very short. I think it's only 240 pages, but I read it in 2 days and I thought it was wonderful. I know. It's a Victorian romance, and I am not into romance at all, but I loved it. I read it in 2 days. I cried and cried. I mean, almost like sobbing, crying over a misunderstanding. I don't want to say anything about it because we'll all talk about it during the live. Their book club is live, and it's so much fun. If you have any interest, I would definitely check it out because I've watched 2 months, and just so much fun. Such a great group of ladies. I think Angie said the next meeting, whatever you want to call it, live show is what I guess I should call it. She believes it'll be the 18th, but she'll post it on and I'll link everything down below. Okay, I talked about Cersei. I also read Lock and Key by Joe Hill and illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez. This is the 6th book. It's a graphic novel. I really enjoyed it. I've liked all of them. They are page turners. And I need to put this ribbon up because the ribbon will be chewed off and gone. I don't want that to happen. It's a library book. Anyway, yeah, really enjoyed it. Once I started reading it, I didn't want to put it down. And that's how Joe Hill is for me anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Even though I'm kind of sad that it's over. Okay, so I'm still reading Bless Me Altima by Rudolfo Anya, and I'm about halfway through it now. It's really good. I have questions. I wish I could ask Ultima or Ultima. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Wish I could ask her a couple of things. This is very good. This is also on the Great American Reads, so it's another one. Once I finish it, which I definitely will. Once I finish it, I'll be able to mark it off. Another book I'll be able to mark off. Survival. I know, you guys are seeing this book again. I thought I would have it finished, but I got distracted by Hyperion. Survival by Julie E. Turnetta. I hope I finish this book this week. It's been a little slow. I've been irritated a couple times by, I feel like they should know things about species that are on their ship. I feel like they should know more than they do. But something just happened that the umlings, the babies, I've learned about them with the Dryan. This is Bren, he's a Dryan. And it really is just the two of them right now. Which I think that's why it's been a little boring, but it's picking up. And I don't have much more to go. I have about 100 pages left. Under 100 pages. So I will definitely finish this week. You guys will only have to see it one more time. Hopefully. Okay, so I am still reading War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I'm only on page 222. I am really enjoying this. So it started off with Pierre and Prince Andre, and I love their relationship. And then Pierre has gone off to war, and you follow him through all that. And I've marked so many things up about, oh, there's Fenchurch, about war and just how silly some things are that goes on with the rules of war. I mean, I feel like if you're going to kill each other, but I don't know, the rules, I don't get it. But we've moved on from Prince Andre, and now we're back to Pierre. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like Prince Andre, but I really do like him. And I really like Pierre. And some of the other characters will say negative things about Pierre, but I'm thinking, I like Pierre, not look at Sylvie. Anyway, Pierre is getting ready to make a horrible decision. Anytime anybody says, I'm not sure if I would be happy if I did this, but I feel obligated and I don't want to let people down. That just breaks my heart when people say that. So, Pierre, don't do it. That's all I have to say. Don't do it, Pierre. You guys who have read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, where am I at? Got everything all over the place here. Hyperion, Dan Simmons. Dan Simmons. Simmons. Why can't I say that tonight? I started this book yesterday, the day before. I'm on page 118. This is really good. Really good. It's really a surprise. I have read about the priest, and now I'm reading about this guy who is in a school. I guess it's a school, but he's learning war. He's learning the history of war, but it's like um, I forget what they're called. But it's like how people play video games, like virtual reality, and he keeps going back and meeting somebody, and I'm curious how that's going to go. So, anyway, I have questions, but I have the second book back there. So, if I have too many questions after I'm done reading it, I can move along to the second one. But I don't know. November is already starting to pile up with books. One more thing I wanted to share is Dirt Music by Tim Winton came in the mail. And I wanted to, it was actually a day where workers had been doing drywall, and my sister's having upstairs the bathroom remodeled. And I came home and I took it out of its box and I was so excited. And I got this horrible headache. I mean, and I don't get headaches. So I knew it had to be all that drywall dust. Anyway, I've decided that I'm not going to start this until I can give it my full attention. Besides War and Peace, if I could just make those be the two books. So after I finish Hyperion, Survival, and Bless Me Ultima, I'm going to start Dirt Music. Also, I love covers that have the movie, what do you call that? Movie tie-in, or I forget what it's called. But I've heard so many of you guys say you hate the covers that have the movies. And I love the covers that have the movies. Far from the Madding Crowd, I have the movie cover. The Painted Veil, I have the movie cover. Disobedience, I have the movie cover. A Single Man, I have, what's his name? Colin Firth, I believe, was on the cover. Yeah, I'm all about, unless I guess if I didn't like the movie, or if it was an ugly cover, I guess I wouldn't want it. But whenever I see a movie cover, I think, ooh. And also, on my wish list at Book Depository, Good Lord Bird, it's a James McBride. It's a new James McBride book, which I read, Deacon King Kong. And I go back and forth with that book. I liked it, and then I was like, But I'm excited about this one. Not this. I'm excited about this new book of his because it's about John Brown and his anti-slavery crusade, and I would love to read more about that. What is it called? Something about the good Lord Bird, or sorry, I'll know next time, maybe, if I even remember. But my whole point was that I'm waiting to see what the movie cover edition looks like because it's hasn't been processed yet or whatever. And it has, I mean, Ethan Hawke plays John Brown, and I've always been an Ethan Hawke fan since Reality Bites, which I love that movie. Plus, I love the whole Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight or After Midnight. That whole the three. I have the screenplays, but the three movies that they did. Oh, my lighting just kind of messed up. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Please let me know what you guys are reading or what you've read this week. If you have any thoughts about the books that I've mentioned. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.